What's good, y'all? I already know where y'all at. It's your boy Star Jones, and this is a new episode of Star Views. It's about to start right now. So please, I hope you got your hookah ready, and I hope you got your cups full of whatever ready, because I got a lot to talk about, alright? Know what's going on. Star Jones, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Please and thanks, you heard? What's good, folks? We back, man. Like I told y'all in the last video, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm gonna have 2 episodes for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm excited. I think y'all already know how I felt about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So again, this was a, you know what I'm saying? This was a interesting weekend as far as movies are concerned. So movie number 2 on the agenda for today, Ambulance. This is a new Michael Bay movie. Another action thriller. Well, action. I won't say thriller. Action-packed movie. Added to his resume. You know, Michael Bay is known for Armageddon, the original Transformer movies, Bad Boys. He's a man. You know what I'm saying? I think his specialty is action flicks. So again, Ambulance is what we're going to be talking about. This is starring my guy Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who is an emerging black actor. He's been very active. I actually reviewed one of his more recent movies, which was back in 2021, which was Candyman. Didn't really love that movie too much, but y'all can check out the review. So yeah, when I get back, we're gonna actually talk about what transpired in the film, and then at the end, as always, I'm gonna tell you guys whether or not you guys should see it, how good or bad it was. And the pros and cons. So I'll see you guys in 2 seconds. I actually finished my drink in the last episode, so I'm gonna make another one. So I'll be back. So let's get into it. What transpired in this film? What is it about? Little synopsis. I am going to try to limit spoilers. I don't think I have to give you any spoilers for this film. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a basic premise, and I can kind of go over and avoid things to ruin the film. Alright? I'm going to try my best, but if I'm going to spoil something, I'll let you guys know, as always. So, Ambulance. Again, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen. So, we're first introduced to Will Sharp, played by Yahya. And we learn early in the film that he's a war veteran. He had time overseas. He was a Marine. And currently he's having a bit of a financial crisis. His bills are piling up. And his wife is suffering from some type of disease where she needs a bunch of surgeries. And in particular, she needs a surgery, but it's considered an experimental surgery. So because it's an experiment, his insurance company doesn't want to cover it, because it's an experiment. You know, he goes on to say that in the film. So he has to find, you know, some type of additional income or some way to pay for this surgery. So this is when he goes to, you know, he proceeds to lie to his wife about getting another job, but instead he goes to his brother, who's Danny, played by Jake Gyllenhaal in this film. Goes to Danny and he's like, listen, you know, I need some help bad, quickly. I need $230,000 for my wife's surgery. Danny's doing really good for himself. From what it looks like, Danny runs a car storage facility by day. And it's given early on that Danny's doing relatively well for himself. He has money, he's well taken care of, you know, and that's why Will feels comfortable going to him for money, even though he doesn't really want to. Little background, and as you'll see as the movie progresses, Will and Danny are obviously adoptive brothers because they're white and black. They're obviously not the same genetic code makeup. So Danny's father actually brought Will in, and they raised Will, so they grew up as brothers. But their father, JT, who we never meet or see in the film, is constantly referenced throughout, and JT had a troubled past and was actually, you know, the feds was after their father for a long time. I don't want to really tell you what, because again, I think that's something interesting for the film. but the feds was always after their dad. So, you know, there was kind of like an estranged situation once Will got older, because again, Will joined the Marines, so his morality was a certain way. Like, his moral compass was a certain way, and didn't really like what his father did growing up. So he kind of wanted to separate himself from that. Thus, him joining the Marines. So early on in the film, Michael Bay wastes no time. So pretty much Jake Gyllenhaal's character of Danny goes to, you know, says to his brother, Will, listen, I got an opportunity for us. We're going to go to this bank and we're going to rob the bank. Alright? Straight like that. We're going to go rob this bank. You know, $32 million is on the table. And you and your wife will be good forever. You don't have to ever worry about working a day again in your life. Of course, Will is conflicted because, again, you know, he doesn't want to break the law. He doesn't want to do anything to jeopardize his, you know, his Marine status, his reputation as a Marine. He doesn't want his wife to be embarrassed by anything he's doing. So he's kind of conflicted, but he's between a rock and a hard place. He really doesn't have much of a choice in this situation. So yeah, so he decides to embark on this bank heist journey. So that's the film. Oh yeah, we're also introduced to Cam in the film. She's the EMT that we see all in the trailers. And pretty much Cam is taken hostage when the police officer is shot during the bank heist. And, you know, they're trying to avoid the police, save the cop that's been shot's life, and, yeah, avoid going to jail or dying. That's the movie, 2 hours and some change. Yeah, like I said, it's a pretty basic story. The premise of the film is very simple. It's nothing crazy, nothing complex. Alright, so when I get back, we're going to talk about how I felt about the movie, the pros and cons, and ultimately whether or not you should see it. So I'll be back in a second, and we're going to chop it up. Alrighty, folks, so you already know what the film was about and what took place, the overview and all that good shit, you know what I'm saying? So, boom. As I mentioned in the overview, Will Sharp decides to take on this bank heist with his brother, and of course, shit immediately goes left. And yeah, I'm gonna start by saying this is an action-packed thrill ride all the way through. I don't know if people, you know, I'm sure people out there watching right now share my sentiments about action. I love action movies. Michael Bay didn't waste any time. We might have seen maybe 15 minutes of calm this whole movie. That when we first was introduced to Will in the beginning of the film, and, you know, from the time he left his house to go meet Danny. Because even the interaction between him and Danny was kind of intense, because it was like, what do you want to do? You want to get this money or not? Like, you're pressed for money. I'm giving you an opportunity, and you sitting here thinking about it. It's yes or no. I'm going to respect you as my brother, but you need to give me an answer, because I'm about to go do this. So even like that initial conversation between the two brothers was intense. Because now, if your Will, what will you do? You know, this movie creates that question of what would you do if you're in a situation where you need money, your wife is like really sick, and you can't save her. Because you financially can't take care of her. So what do you do if an opportunity like this presents itself? And again, this comes down to moral compass, ethics, right and wrong. What do you think is the right thing to do? So early on in the movie, got you in your car, gotta put your seatbelt on and just enjoy the ride. Like I said, this is action packed all the way through. Like I said, the bank heist goes left immediately. It doesn't take long, because the cop who got shot pulls up trying to bag a jaw at the bank teller in the bank, and he ruins the whole heist off rip. So early on, it just, you know, guns galore, car chases. The cinematography in this film was amazing. They had to be using a drone. You know, the drones that you pilot and they go up in the air. Yeah, they had, because the angles that they were getting was insane. Like the timing, the elevation, how high they were, like the way it came and swooped in. It was just, it felt like you were on a roller coaster, literally on a roller coaster. Like you would just see the camera go going underneath cars, all type of shit. It was crazy, action packed. Um, the banter between Will and Danny, the brothers, was entertaining. It was fun to see them going back and forth because they're obviously on two different spectrums when it comes to morality. But they love each other. So having that dynamic of I care about you, I want you to be good, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get you settled, versus I love you, I don't like what you're doing, but I need to get settled. You get what I'm saying? So that constant friction and conflict is kind of what drove the movie, and it kind of was really entertaining to watch. They even had a brief fight scene in the film in the ambulance as they were driving. That was pretty cool, and it kind of catered to Will's military background and how he was able to like really fend off his brother while driving. I thought that was really cool to watch. What else was pretty good? There was one particular scene with the brothers too in the ambulance where they had to calm down and they had to like, he was like, yo, give me a headphone, and they both kind of just zoned out for 5 minutes just listening to music. That was cool to see as well, because it kind of, and that was like another moment of just calm in the film, because there wasn't a lot of calm in the film. The car chase scenes was crazy. There's one particular scene where they had to have surgery on a police officer in the ambulance while driving 65, 70 miles an hour. Not going to tell you what happened with that, but that particular scene also was kind of crazy. Imagine that. So yeah. The cop that was shot, he had a partner who was super driven and super motivated to run down on him. But, you know, by the end of the movie, like, his heart kind of changed and his heart was in a different place. So that was good. That was cool to see because he was motivated. Like, as a police officer, you would want your partner to ride for you the way that that partner was riding for him. So that was cool to see. Yeah, I just think this movie overall was just really good. I think Jake Gyllenhaal has embraced the psycho role. If you guys haven't seen The Guilty on Netflix, is with just another movie where he plays a cop, but he's a 911 operator because he got in trouble. So because he got in trouble, they banished him to being an operator until his case blows over. And he kind of like he has a short fuse, and you kind of like I said, Jake Gyllenhaal was kind of embracing this mentally unstable character in these roles that he's taking on, and he's doing a good job of it, you know, because again, as I mentioned, we know he loves his brother Will, and he's willing to do anything to save his brother, and you see that throughout the course of the movie. But his methods is a little off, like whereas Will is like, I don't want to hurt anybody, you know, Danny's like, yo, F it, like we got to do what we got to do. So I mean, all that said, man, like I said, I think this movie is typical Michael Bay, like with Bad Boys and Armageddon, how they were heart pounding the whole way, but he always throws in jokes and make you laugh and kind of give you a little ease throughout all the heart pounding events. So Michael Bay definitely did his thing. I'm gonna give this movie an 8. I think it was really good. This is probably one of my favorite Michael Bay films. It's probably up there with Bad Boys. This was really good, really good. I had a good time watching this movie. Like I said, I felt like I was on a roller coaster. It was very thrilling. The gun game, the driving, the car chases, adrenaline rush the entire time. I think Yahya Abdul-Mateen and Jake Gyllenhaal really complimented one another in this film. And then the plot twist, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a little something. There are a few major law enforcement characters in this film who play a big part, and one of them died. And I was totally caught off guard by that. Wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, definitely check this out. It's an 8. I know I gave the Batman an 8, but because again, I don't think Ambulance was like an 8.5. I don't think it was a 9. It wasn't that good. But for what it was, for the simple story, it was an 8 and it was solid. And I'm going to say, the Batman I graded as an 8 too, but I'm going to give the better 8 to Ambulance. I really enjoyed this all the way through. Like, where Batman was action-packed, but there was a lot of dull moments in Batman. But this movie, like the whole 2 hours and 20 minutes was just boom, 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 the whole time. Check it out, 8 out of 10 stars. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have no complaints about it. I don't have any. Go check that out. Your boy Star Jones. Thank you for pulling up with me and watching this episode of Star Views. Thank you for checking out both episodes of Star Views this weekend. I may have a Star Quick Views for you guys Monday night. Stay tuned for that. I'm deciding whether I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to do it, so you'll see. But again, thank you for tuning in. And I think the rest of this month, I will be taking off because there are no other movies that are piquing my interest. You may get a Star Quick Views here and there. You might get a Star Reacts here and there. But as far as a full Star View critique, it's not happening. Yeah, I'm just not interested in anything else that's coming out for the month. But Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, first week of May, we'll be back. So y'all be good, how y'all be good, and enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Oh, y'all still here? Appreciate y'all for sticking around, man. But I don't got no more hookah. But what I do have is more content on my YouTube channel. So please, if you haven't done so already, hit that red button and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notified as soon as I post anything. Alright? And if you haven't already followed me on social media, here's my information. Make sure y'all follow up. Appreciate it. Y'all still here, man. That's valid. Have a good one.